Hi, this is Anil with a video tutorial for the Learning Lab on C programming. So in this video tutorial we're going to see how we can pass the elements of a structure variable to a function, and then we're going to see how we can pass an entire structure variable to a function. So here, for the demonstration purpose, I have created a structure called student. So as the members we have the name, which is of character array type, and we have a roll number which is of type integer. So now in this main function we're gonna create a variable of type student. So it's gonna be struct student, then the variable name, let's call it Anil. So now we're gonna assign the values to these members of this structure variable Anil. So first we have to assign the name. That's why I'm going to use this strcpy function. That's because you can't assign a string value using assignment operator. It's going to be the target that we have to specify first. It's going to be Anil dot name, then the value or the string you want to copy to the target. It's going to be Anil. Then we have to assign the roll number to this structure variable Anil. It's going to be Anil dot roll number, then assignment operator, and let's say 1 2 3 4. Now we have defined a structure called student, and we have a structure variable of type student. So now in this tutorial we're gonna create two functions. One function is gonna take the elements of this structure variable Anil, and the next function is gonna take the structure variable Anil as a parameter. So first we're gonna do the function prototyping. So it's gonna be void display. So now we're gonna make this display function to take the elements of this structure variable Anil individually. So first element is gonna be of type character array. That's the name. That's why while function prototyping we're gonna write char, then the square brackets. So the next element or the parameter is gonna be of type integer. That's the roll number. That's why I'm gonna prototype it with int here. So now we have prototyped a function called display, which is gonna take the elements of this structure variable Anil individually. So the next function is gonna be, let's call it show, and this show function is gonna take the entire structure variable as a parameter. So it's gonna be struct student. So make a note that while function prototyping, when you use this struct student, make sure that you have defined that structure here. So if you are writing this function prototyping before the declaration of this structure student, then you will get some errors. So now we have two functions, one is display and one is show. So we have to define them in our program. So after this main function, I'm gonna define my display function. It's gonna be display. The parameter for this display function is going to be char, let's call it n, which is for name. Then we have int roll number, let's call it r. So here within this display function we're going to use a printf statement, and we're going to write in display function a new line. Then we're going to use another printf statement. It's going to be printf. Then we're gonna print the values we received as a parameters. So first we're gonna write percentage %s, that's for the name, then add a tab, then percentage %d, that's for this roll number or r. So add a new line. Then we're gonna refer the variables. It's gonna be n, that's for name, and r for roll number here. So now we have this display function. The next thing we have to do is we have to define our show up function. It's going to be void show. Then as a parameter, this show up function is going to take the structure variable. So it's going to be struct student, let's call it s. So now we're going to use two printf statements. So I'm going to copy from display function and paste it here. So okay, here we're gonna say in show of function, add a new line before that to make it pretty. Then we're gonna display the elements of this structure variable received. So it's going to be %s for the name and %d for the roll number, and here we have to make it s dot name and s dot roll number. So now we have defined two functions. One function is going to take the structure variable elements individually, and another function is going to take the structure variable as a parameter. So now we need to call that function in our main function. So it's going to be, after the assignment of values to this structure variable Anil, we're going to call the display function first. With as a parameters, we have to pass Anil dot name, that's my name, and we have to pass Anil dot roll number. So next we're going to call our show up function, and as a parameters we have to pass a structure variable. It's going to be Anil. So I'm going to save it, compile it, and run it. So it says in the display function, and the values I received are Anil and 1 2 3 4. So this display function received the elements of the structure variable Anil independently. As you can see here, we have passed the name first, and then we passed the roll number. So it just printed out the values it received. So next, in show up function, as a parameter it received a structure variable, and it just printed out the values of that structure variable it received, as dot name and as dot roll number. So this is it. This is about passing a structure variable elements individually to a function, and passing an entire structure variable to a function. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I see you in the next tutorial.